Welcome to today's podcast. We are excited to have an inspiring leader from the real estate industry with us. A visionary in property, marketing, and brand strategy, they have played a major role in shaping successful real estate campaigns and driving market growth. With deep expertise in customer engagement, sales strategy, and emerging real estate trends, please welcome Rakesh Ranjan, founder and MD of Tattva Realty Infra. People are asking in the current real estate market in 2026, especially buyers, investors, and sellers in India. Is this the right time to buy property or should I wait?
Absolutely. There is no better time than this to buy a property right now because market is stabilizing. So this is a great time for the end users, for the investors to go into the market, search the property, look out for various projects, compare the prices and negotiate hard with the developers. I never suggest anyone in real estate to wait for the right time to buy a property. I'll suggest buy a property and then wait for 3-4 years. You'll get a better return.
Will property prices fall in 2026?
I don't think so. The property prices will fall down. This is not like a volatile stock market where the prices will crash down overnight. That is not going to happen. Despite being slow movement in the sales, the prices will stabilize. I think the best of the builders, they can easily hold it for the next 1 or 2 quarters. I don't see the prices coming down in the near future. But yes, this is a great time to negotiate with the builder because sales velocity has slightly come down as compared to the previous 2-3 years. The market was more bullish. This point of time, a market is a bit slow. So you can negotiate hard definitely with developers.
Which areas have the best future appreciation?
So it depends. You want to buy an apartment, you want to buy a plot or a commercial investment. So what kind of investment you are looking? So I will give you location depending on the requirement. So if you buy an apartment for short-term appreciation for your asset, then buy an apartment near Gachibowli surrounding area like Kokapet Financial District, Telapur, Kollur, Kondapur, Madhapur, Kukatpalli, Musapet, Narsingi, Nalagandla, Gopanpalli. These are the area where apartment prices will grow. You will get good rental value as well as good resale value for sure. If you're looking for short-term flipping, which means you will sell it after 2 or 3 years, then apartment at good location by decent developer is always a very good choice. If you want to buy a villa, then Kollur area, Patighanpur area, Tukuguda, Shamshabad area, Rajendranagar area, Harshaguda area is very, very prominent area which will give you very good return in the coming years for an villa project because the entry price of the villa comparatively lesser than the Gachibowli surrounding. So you can expect a very good return for a villa project in those area, including Mokila and Sankarpalli area also. And if you want to invest in plot, then my first bet is the south of Hyderabad, which is near airport surrounding. You have Tukuguda area, Maheshwaram, near Future City, Raviral area. I will suggest for the plotting area. A lot of government projects, infra projects are coming in Shamshabad surrounding because the Future City is totally a different zone, development zone government has created. So I think for plotting investment, south of Hyderabad is pretty good option. A lot of developers are coming with good option in that market. Second good market will be Sankarpalli surrounding area also for the plotting, which I see good potential for in the next 3 to 5 years. Then Nawabpet, Dhobipet area, those areas are also good. Chevala surrounding is also very good area. And if you're looking for farmhouses a kind of plot, then I'll suggest Moinabad, Aziz Nagar area is Kettiredipalli. Those area is pretty good for your investment and long-term asset. But make sure when you are buying a plot, it should be a fully secured gated community with clubhouse, amenities, and other facilities. This kind of plotted projects only will give you the long-term good return. Otherwise, selling will be pretty difficult if those facilities are not available in that particular project.
Ready to move in versus under construction, which is safer?
I think both are safe as far as if you choose right developer and right location. If you have immediate requirement, like if you want to ready to move, you do not want to wait for 2-3 years and you have 20% down payment, remaining 80% or 90% you want to avail the loan, you have that loan capacity, then I'll suggest go for the ready to move in property, and you can actually check the property. You can see what kind of flooring they are giving, what kind of specifications they are actually giving inside the apartment. So you can check the quality and you can figure it out whether the apartment is good or not. A ready to move in is a good option if you want to move immediately, or if you want to rent it out for the rental income purpose immediately, and you do not want any hassle, whether the project is getting delayed, all those things. So in that scenarios, ready to move in is a pretty good option. Under construction property has its own advantage. Why? You have a lot of options to choose. You can get best of the availability, good facing, good east facing unit, good corner unit facing. Those will be available in under construction property, which will not be available in the ready to move in stage. Ready to move in will have the last stock of any builder. So you don't have much option in ready to move in stage to choose. Whereas under construction will have a lot of options to choose. So that is one of the biggest advantage of under construction property. Second advantage is price advantage. When you buy a property at ready to move in stage, the prices will be higher than under construction, probably 1,000, 2,000 or 3,000 rupees per city higher than their under construction price. So that is another advantage of under construction property. And also your EMI doesn't start immediately. You just need to pay 20% and pay as per progress, 10% on the 7th slab, another 10% on the 14th slab. You pay as per progress or as per the timeline. So you don't have to pay the entire EMIs in one shot, like ready to move in. Your EMI will start immediately. Whereas in under construction property, you have 3 to 4 years time to manage your fund. So that flexibility comes in under construction property. So it all depends on buyer preferences and buyer financial situation, what kind of fund availability with him. So based on that, they can choose.
How much down payment should I keep?
Normally, the market standard is around 10 to 20%. Some developer will charge 20%. Some developer will charge 10%. Some will charge 25% also. So normally, 10 to 20% down payment you have to keep ready before buying the property. And remaining, you can pay as per progress if you are taking under construction property. If you buying ready to move in, you have to shell out everything probably immediately within 2-3 months time.
Which developers are trustworthy after RERA?
I think there are a lot of developers. Tier 1 developer, Tier 2 developers and Tier 3 developers are there. So you have My Home, Aparna, Prestige, Sobha, Tattva, Brigade, you have Raghava, Blue Oak and Mangatram, Sri Srinivasa, DSR Group. So these are very prominent developers across Hyderabad. And there are other Tier 2 developer also, not very known developer, depends on which category you want to purchase. If you want to purchase a premium apartment, then builders like DSR, Sri Srinivasa, Alekhya, Vamshiram, Aparna, My Home, these are very good in premium segment category. Especially apartment sizes will be above 3,000 and above sizes. Whereas some developers are pretty good in mid segment. So basically somebody who is from 2 and 3 BHK community. Aparna, My Home, Rajapushpa, Prestige, Tattva, these are good developers in this segment also. And some developers are very good in villa segment. So it depends on which segment of product you're planning to buy.
What are the hidden charges apart from flat cost?
So apart from the flat cost, normally the standard market practice, it will have the basic cost, then it will have amenities cost, then it will have facing cost like preferred location charges, east facing, corner unit, high rise charges will be applicable. Apart from these costs, there are certain government charges which are applicable like GST and registration. Stamp duty and registration charges will vary across state. Telangana will have different stamp duty and registration charges. Maharashtra will have different charges. So GST, registration costs, corpus fund, maintenance and documentation charges, these components will be additional for most of the standard projects.
Is buying in outskirts better than city center?
It's a good question. So if you're looking for long-term investment horizon, then I'll suggest go into the outskirts with good connectivity. I'm not telling you to go invest completely in remote location. Outskirt location with good connectivity from the ring road, highways, those will give you good appreciation over the next 5 to 10 years. So what is important is connectivity. You should not miss it. Otherwise, your investment will be stuck for a long period of time. You will not be able to resell. So make sure the location have good connectivity. Some highways, some airport or some ring road is going nearby. So that way your investment will grow. Those roads or infra will get the commercial activity booming for the next 5 to 10 years. So that will increase the prices in the next 5 to 10 years. So that way, I'll suggest Outskirts. If you have a long-term horizon, 10 years, you want to hold that property, then buy in Outskirts. But if you want to invest to book profit in the short term, then invest in city center, where your entry price is very, very important. At what price you are entering in the city center will define your profit margin. If you are entering a property at good location but high price, then your profit margin will be less. But if your entering price is attractive, below than, let's say 20-30% down than a market price, you will make a good profit at city center. So do your research well, explore different projects, explore different commercial plots also. You can explore small plots also at prime location. Make sure it is legally clear. This is very, very important when you are buying at city center. If you want a short-term return, then I'll suggest go for the city centers. If you have a long-term horizon, then I'll suggest go for the outskirts, but with good connectivity.
Why is Neopolis becoming one of the Hyderabad's most talked about real estate destinations?
Yeah, a lot of people talk about Neopolis. So there are various factors which makes Neopolis a standout place, not only in Hyderabad, across country. Neopolis is the highest altitude from the sea level. It has that elevation which rest of Hyderabad doesn't have. So when you visit a Neopolis, you will see half of the city from that area. So that altitude advantage is there with Neopolis. The second one, it is surrounded by thousands and lakhs of acres of lake and 111 geo green cover land. So the air quality index is very, very good. The view is great. It will have the best view probably in Hyderabad. You have such huge land, open land with green cover and lakes only. You can compare this with Hiranandani area in Powai, Golf Course Link Road in Gurgaon, where Camellias, Dahlias is coming. So this location is comparable to those kind of a location in Gurgaon or in Mumbai. It has ring road surrounding the entire Kokapet and Neopolis area. So you have 10-12 lane ring road connectivity just stone throw away from the Neopolis area. Neopolis area also have 150 feet master plan road. So it is well planned in advance before the construction started itself. The government has done a tremendous job by doing the infra work ahead of the construction. All roads, you can see the wider roads. You also have the cycling track across the ring road. So probably this is the first time in India you can see a cycling track just beside the ring road and just beside the Neopolis. People can do walking, jogging or cycling on that particular road. So it's almost 30-kilometer stretch from Upper Junction to Kollur area. So these are the advantages of Neopolis, which makes it a very standout place in the country. And that's why you can see the land auction price going around 150 crore, 151 crore per acre. It is one of the most prominent location of India, not only in Hyderabad. Another thing also is very, very important. Neopolis is opposite side of the financial district, and financial district is the commercial hub of Hyderabad. You name the company, Google, Amazon, biggest campus outside the US. You have Microsoft, Infosys, Cognizant, TCS, you have Facebook campus, you have Apple campus in the financial district. So all the job creation, employment happening in the financial district. Neopolis is going to have the biggest tech park of India. My home is coming with almost 75-acre mixed use tech park. 19 million square feet of office space is coming in the next 5 to 6 years. 19 million square feet means almost 2 lakh people will be doing direct jobs. I am talking about direct jobs only. Like every job will create at least 6 or 7 indirect jobs. Rent wala, sabji wala, vendors wala, restaurants, all those things, indirect jobs will be created. So 2 lakhs people will be coming to the Neopolis in the next 5 to 7 years. So it is bigger than Raheja Mindspace. If you compare, the Raheja Mindspace is the biggest tech park of Hyderabad right now. So it will be bigger than Raheja Mindspace. That will, further boost the entire commercial activity in the Neopolis area. At the same time, Brigade is also coming with World Trade Center, a big mall, Orion Mall, and they're coming with Intercontinental Hotel Group. First time ISG is coming to Hyderabad with Brigade. That is also coming at Neopolis. Tower is also going to be 60 floor. So they have huge customer with them who travel with the Brigade Group. They are one of the biggest commercial player in the market across Bangalore, Kochi, or Chennai and Hyderabad market. So you can expect a lot of commercial activity in Neopolis with a lot of direct jobs and indirect jobs will be coming from the Neopolis area in the next 5 to 10 years. So it is going to be the most important place of Hyderabad. This will redefine Hyderabad market, and people will come to Hyderabad just to see the Neopolis, the kind of skyline it's creating. Now people are coming to see Charminar or Golconda Fort. In the next 5 years, people will come to Neopolis just to see the Neopolis. The kind of, the skyline it is creating, the kind of elevation, the kind of building designs coming is unparalleled. You just check out any projects at Neopolis. You check Brigade 1, you check Rise 9, you check SSI Fortune Grande, you check MSN 1, everybody is unique. You check Rajpushpa, you check My Home 1, everybody is doing fantastic, very outstanding elevation facade work design for their building. So it is going to be the next Bhuja surrounding of Hyderabad. Another point which I see in Neopolis is ultra HNI people of Jubilee Hills or Banjara Hills or Old City. Now they are moving to Kokapet, all the big shots. Why? Because Jubilee Hills, Banjara Hills has become crowded. The traffic has increased, the pollution has increased. So people are moving out from those areas and they are moving to Kokapet, Gandipet, Neopolis area. They are moving from 5,000, 6,000 square feet villas. They are moving to the, sky houses at the Neopolis. It is going to be, hub of ultra HNI people of Hyderabad people, NRI investing a lot of money in Neopolis. So Neopolis is going to be different. It's not like a normal market. It's going to be the most prominent market of India.
How do you see property appreciation in Neopolis over the next 5 to 10 years?
I think Neopolis will appreciate because of extremely high demand. Almost everybody in Hyderabad, they want at least one house at Neopolis. Whether they have one house, whether they have 10 houses, whether they are big landowners, whether they are a small buyer, a small employee, they want to hold a flat or apartment at Neopolis area. Neopolis is just 2 to 3 kilometer radius. It has a limited supply. It is just 2 to 3 kilometers. So it has limited supply of apartments with high altitude, biggest tech park coming with the ultra Chennai hub. This is going to redefine the market. So I see the prices are moving towards 15 to 20,000 rupees per SFT in the next 5 to 6 years at Neopolis area.
How does higher FSI impact property prices?
So before explaining in detail in FSI, tell you the exact meaning of FSI. It is floor space index. This is a measurement of how much area you can build on particular land. Per acre, how much construction you can do. You can do 1 lakh square feet, 2 lakh square feet, 3 lakh square feet or 4 lakh square feet per acre. How much yield is coming? That is floor space index. That is called FSI. So in Hyderabad currently it is unlimited FSI. If you have 100 feet road, 150 feet road, depending on the road weight, unlimited FSI, especially at Neopolis area. This is a very tricky game. Unlimited FSI, in my opinion, should be restricted as soon as possible to save Hyderabad market because it's creating a lot of supply in the market. Developers are coming with 45 floors, 50 floors, 60 floors, 70 floors, which is not only increasing the supply because on the same 10-acre land, people are used to build only 1,000 apartments earlier. Now they are building almost 2,000 apartment, 2,500 apartments. So number of apartments, number of supply is increasing day by day. At the same time, when you build a 45 floor or 50 floor or 60 floor apartment, the construction cost also increases. When you buy a 5-floor apartment, your construction cost will be around 1,500 to 1,800 per SFT. When you build a 12-floor apartment, your construction cost will be around 2,200 rupees per SFT. When you build a 30-floor apartment, your construction cost will be around 3,200 rupees per square feet. But when you build a 45-floor apartment, your construction cost will be 4,000 to 4,500 rupees per SFT. When you go for a 60-floor building, the construction cost will be minimum 5,500 to 6,000 rupees per SFT. Because of the higher FSI, the construction cost is increasing. Because of this unlimited FSI, the land cost is also increasing because the net yield per acre, you can build 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs square feet per acre. You have no limitations if you have a good road width adjoining your land. So what's happening? It forcing the landowner also to demand more landowner share as part of their project because they can see that his friend land, they are building 50 floors, he's getting 1 lakh, 1.2 lakhs square feet per acre. Because of that, landowner demanding more share, the land cost is also increasing because builders are ready to pay because they want that prime land. So they are ready to give more share to the landowners also. So land cost also increasing. The same land which used to be around 20 crore, now it is costing 50, 60, 100 crore also. So land cost plus construction cost. So overall cost for the end users or buyers is getting increased by 2000 to 3000 rupees per SFT. Eventually, it's impacting the sales velocity in the market. So because of this unlimited FSI, lot of supply is coming, construction cost is increasing, land cost is increasing. So at the end, buyers will suffer.
Should home buyers understand FSI before purchasing?
I think they should keep in the mind what is the density per acre builder is building. It will impact their quality of living. When I'm talking about density, how many flats per acre they are building, utility of amenities, lift, lobby, common areas, it all will get impacted because of high density or low density. And people are considering whether this project is high density, low density before purchasing that. Nowadays, low density project in Hyderabad is going to be a luxury one. FSI restriction should come as soon as possible, because if you compare it with Bangalore, Hyderabad has enough land in all surroundings. 80% of outer ring road is still vacant. We have enough land in the surrounding. So we can do a lot of projects across Hyderabad. So I don't think unlimited FSI should exist. It should come with an restriction. Otherwise, it will impact the market in a big way.
Is commercial real estate a better investment than residential today?
It all depends on your requirement. So what kind of returns you are looking. So if you are looking for good rental return, you want a stable income, commercial market is more preferred because your rental will be around 6 to 8%. It will vary depending on project to project, location to location. So if you want a good rental yield for the long period of time, around 8 to 9 years, long-term lease, then commercial property is always preferred. Because residential property will give you 2 to 3% rental yield because of the high input cost. Commercial is always preferred for the long-term rental return. Whereas if you want to make good capital appreciation for your money, then I'll suggest go for residential one, because residential capital appreciation is more than commercial property, which I have seen in the last 4 or 5 years in Hyderabad market. Depends on that, you can choose your property.
Which commercial segments are growing fastest right now?
In the commercial segment, I see a lot of demand for retail commercial, like the shops, malls, those kind of, the ground floor or first floor. I see a lot of demand from the investors because the rental yield is pretty good for the lower and ground floor commercial property. Then leased out property with a good tenant for a long-term lease. People are looking such kind of property also, where they do not have the issue of changing the tenant every 6 months or 1 year like residential. You need to take care of your tenant, by yourself, which normally doesn't happen in commercial. So this is another advantage of commercial property, where you do long-term lease agreement. You do not have to find your own tenants. You are, stable for almost 5 to 6 years with one tenant. So that brings stability. Whereas in residential market, you have to find the tenants regularly because they can vacate any point of time. Another advantage of commercial market, hassle-free tenant management. And most of the property, builder himself manage the commercial property. So you do not have to get involved in those rental agreement, lease agreement and leaseholding pattern. So you just get the rent in your account. You do not have to worry about the tenant. In residential, you have to take care of your tenant, what they are doing, what issue they are creating, all has to be borne by you. Okay. Whereas in commercial, we don't have to worry about anything. I think you have asked which segment of commercial property is growing more. So retail, I see a lot of demand. Okay. Leased out commercial office space is in good demand. Then I see co-working space is very good demand right now. The growth rate is almost 12% plus for the co-working space. So I think co-working space is also very, very in demand. Then you have REIT, real estate investment trust. Those kind of investment is also nowadays is in demand. Raheja and other builders are doing a lot of REIT. I think Brigade is also coming with REIT. Or Prestige is soon coming with REIT options for the investors. These are the commercial property investment option which is in demand right now.
How is the commercial real estate market performing currently?
Commercial market is doing pretty good in Hyderabad as compared to the previous years. Hyderabad has leased almost 4 to 5 million square feet, which is the highest in the history of Hyderabad, which has never happened. Even before COVID also, when the commercial demand was at highest and supply was lowest, we have not seen that in Hyderabad. But in last quarter of 2026, we have leased around 4 to 5 million square feet is already leased out, which is the second best after the Bangalore market. Bangalore is doing pretty good. They are the biggest player in the commercial market in the country right now. After Bangalore, Hyderabad is in the second spot. Commercial market is doing pretty good as compared to the residential market. I see a lot of demand. And why Hyderabad is doing good? Because we have good supply of grade A plus building, commercial building, and the rental as compared to other metro city is pretty much affordable. When you talk about the commercial rental, in the financial district or Kokapet area, which is prime location of Hyderabad, we see rental is around 55 to 60 rupees per SFT or 65 rupees per SFT. Whereas in Bangalore, in such a location like Whitefield or you go to Sarjapur, the rental will be around 80-85 rupees per SFT. Rental affordability is there for commercial players in the market in Hyderabad. So that is why a lot of good supply is coming. So I see a good growth in commercial market for Hyderabad in coming years.
How sensitive is the Indian real estate market to international conflicts like Iran or USA?
So it's a very important question. It's impacting almost every sector of the economy. Sectors which are majorly energy driven, it is getting impacted. Real estate is one of the sector which is highly energy driven. Tiles to steel, aluminium, the entire cement factory, tile manufacturing units, those are energy driven industry. So it's impacting every aspect of real estate business, from construction to maintenance. Every part it's impacting. It has immediate impact on a real estate market because tile supply has almost stopped across India. So majority of the ready to move in projects or under construction projects, they are not getting tile supply right now. There might be a slight delay in handover in the next 5 to 6 months time because of this supply chain mismatch. So that is one impact. Steel cost and other input cost has increased by 45 to 50 rupees per kg in last quarter. So I see immediate impact on real estate business for this one. If this conflict continues for another 2-3 months or 4 months time, we are going to impact it in a big way. Not only this industry, it will impact every other sector or industry in India or our economy. One positive impact for the real estate market is a lot of money from India was going to Dubai. So Dubai was also involved in this war. So a lot of money earlier used to go to Dubai. That has been declined with a big number. Now that money will be rerouted in Indian real estate investment. So that is a positive sign. That will have impact. That will give the growth to the Indian real estate market. The second option is people used to invest in gold. After our PM Narendra Modi appeal, probably people will not buy gold for the next 1 year. I know all Indian household invest hugely in gold. So for the next 1 year, I think that money will be get rerouted through real estate itself. Stock market is volatile because of this war, uncertainty, all those things. So I think stock market is also not giving very good return right now. Entire money will get rerouted towards real estate market, which will effectively boost real estate market for the coming 2-3 quarters, given the war ends in the next 2-3 months time. If it continues, let's say 6 months or 1 year, then it will impact each and every sector of Indian economy. We are not going to be left. Real estate will also get impacted for sure.